Hi, last week I attended a Wealth Forum conference in Mumbai on 1st and 2nd of July. Mr. K.S. Rao of Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund said a few words which are still resonating in my minds. Obstacles are not obstructions but instructions to move forward. Let me repeat again. Obstacles are not obstructions but instructions to move forward. And that's exactly what I did with my professional career when it came to a grinding halt in 2013. And here I am in front of you on my advisor to advisor platform with two of the most coveted awards which I received during the same conference. One, voted by the IFA community for being the best contributor of articles. Thank you so much all the IFAs. I wish to thank from the bottom of my heart and take this opportunity to convey the same to you. The second most coveted award which I received during that conference was the Oracle Award for being the best mentor and empowering IFAs across the country. This was an award given by Wealth Forum and Birla Sun Life Mutual Funds together. I thank both of them. Let me explain to you my journey which came to a screeching halt in 2013 January. As they say, if you treat problems as problems, you will find no solutions. But if you treat problem as a situation or as a challenge or as an opportunity, then you will move forward in life and maybe overcome those problems which were there in your mind but which you could have overcome very easily. I had written this article titled Death of an Industry, Prarthana Sabha on January 1, 2013, way back in September 2012. I had foreseen that happening as far as the institutional players were concerned, because Direct was supposed to come into existence in 2013, January 1. 95% of the business, which was my corporates, banks and institutional clients, went out of the window on one single day. Can you imagine a situation if your income was say a lakh of rupees per month or 10 lakh rupees per month, and all of a sudden it comes down to 5,000 or 50,000 rupees a month? How do you adjust to that? It's next to impossible if I would not have done my financial planning correctly and been a good financial advisor for my own self. I had two choices those days. One, sit and brood and cry over what had happened and what all injustices that was done to me by the industry, by the regulator. One of the IFA friends actually came up to me during this conference and said, Sunil, I have followed your journey. And I remember in 2013, you actually went underground. Nobody in the industry stood by you and they abandoned you. Those days even I used to feel the same. My self-esteem was low. I used to feel if the industry thinks that I am one of the better advisors, then how come I am out of business? But I thought about it. I understood that nobody is to be blamed. Neither the regulator, nor the investors, nor the IFA community, nor the AMCs. I had to take up a stand. I had to stand by myself and my beliefs and my ability and bounce back. During this journey, you need people with really positive thoughts around you. If you surround yourself with negativity during these periods, which are professional lows in your lives or personal lows in your lives, it can be either one of them, you will never be able to rise again. I had one pillar of strength behind me who understood this business also, who came from this industry also, who has been a banker and a financial advisor also, and that is my wife Monica Javeri. She stood like a pillar of strength right behind me, and she was the only one who had full faith and confidence in my ability. That is what helped me bounce back and start reinventing myself during that 1 year sabbatical which I was forced to take. I wrote my first book on investor awareness programs. That was the starting point. The second thing which I was dwelling upon was creating some workshops for the relationship managers of the mutual fund industry. Why that? Because many of the times when mutual fund industry relationship managers used to come and visit me in my office, they used to make some loose statements. Sir, short-term plan is looking very good. Why is it looking very good? Because there is a sweet spot in that 1 to 3 year segment. Why is there a sweet spot in 1 to 3 year segment? Sir, there is a compression possibility happening going forward. Why is there a compression possibility? Oh sir, I'll come back to you. Let me check with my fund manager. Sir, GSEC is looking very good because last 1 month the returns are 100% annualized returns. You should ask your investors to invest in GSECs. And I realized that they are the brand ambassadors of some of the biggest names in the industry. I went up to all the AMC CEOs and the national head sales and said that I can train your relationship managers because they are brand ambassadors. They need to know how to conduct themselves when they go and meet the advisory community. If they don't have answers, how as advisors are we supposed to know anything? So that was my first starting step of creating some workshop modules around how to train these relationship managers so that they become great brand ambassadors for their own organizations. Thereafter that went and extended to advising advisors, which is the IFA community who I'm addressing right now through this workshop. That was the second mandate which most of these AMCs gave me. The third mandate I got was training wealth managers of banks. And the fourth and the last was investor awareness programs. All of a sudden, I had arrived in life in the workshop and the training world. Any city I visited, I had 3 or 4 of these workshops to be conducted. As I mentioned, 4 different participants. IFAs, RMs of an AMC, wealth managers of a bank and investor awareness programs. I went one step beyond that and I actually have conducted 10 to 12 AMC presentations. What do I mean by that? I actually analyzed all the schemes of a particular AMCs, put them in the right perspective, showed that to the CEOs, the product and the marketing team heads, and analyze them in terms of where were they going right, where were they going wrong, and gave them suggestions on how to reposition some of their schemes so that they become marketable and they become saleable. So I became an advisor's advisor and I became an advisor to the AMCs also. Some of the product ideas in the market right now are all generation and ideation of Misterbond. Let me explain to you a few of these ideas. When debt market taxation became 3 years instead of 1 year and most of these AMCs started increasing their exit loads from 1 year to 3 years even in debt segment. During these presentations to these AMCs, I explained to them that they should waive off exit load up to 10%, 11%, 12%, that the choice is theirs, so that we actually encourage SWP as a means of cash flow creation rather than depending on dividend distribution, which may or may not happen depending on the market dynamics. That was one of the first examples and the ideas which I had given, and most of the AMCs, as you must be aware, have taken up that as a add-on feature in their schemes. The second one which I popularized was SWP as a solution from schemes like Balance Advantage Fund, Balance Funds, MIPs, etc., and create that as a solution for senior citizens. This is also being now talked about in the industry as far as SWP as a concept is concerned.